Got a question from our buddy Nick, who he's 35 years old. He's been dating his girlfriend for 15 years now. They've been living together for 3 years. Loves her, says that she's his soulmate. Other people comment on how well they interact with one another. I mean, after 15 years, for two people to be, passionate or even nice to each other is difficult in our culture. Most people, they're gone after a few years. And I know this because I've been with my wife since we were 14 years old. And we still get giddy with each other and tickle each other and laugh in public and stuff. And people are like, oh, you guys just get married? So I understand. I know what you're talking about. The problem is that this is the only woman he's ever had sex with. They were virgins and they had sex with one another, and that's it. That's been it. And he doesn't feel like the sex is satisfying. In fact, he's thinking about having sex with other women. And his girlfriend even says, you know what, I get it, that's okay. Like, if there's something else you want, go and have sex with other girls. I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna stay here. I'll remain your girlfriend. I know that there's some sexual fantasy that you want to play out that I can't provide you with. She realizes this. Apparently she's not a very sexually exciting person, according to their standards. That's an interesting thing, because where do sexual excitement standards come from? They come from something that we've created, a construct in our heads. Usually pornography and television tell us what sex should be. If you watch sex in the movies, it always looks so like, man, these people studied Tantra. Right? And usually that's not the case. But anyway, there's something that's eating at you. You share this with her, and she says, yes, go. But he feels as if she will grow resentful, and she might, if he goes and has sex with another woman. So what does he do? So the very first thing is that idea that I want to share with you, that you might just be making this sexual fantasy thing up. The sex you're having with her might be just as good as you'd probably experience with anybody else. Media, culture has had us come to believe that sex is always going to look like this, like pornography. And that's not really the case. The most powerful, the most expressive, the most satisfying sex that I have with my wife usually doesn't look like pornography. And we have great sex. She still makes my mouth water. I mean, that's the thing. I think that's why we stay together still for so long, is because she makes my fucking mouth water. We're still really sexually interested in each other. Now, there have been times where that wasn't the case because, either we're busy or, we're having children. I mean, I've got 4 kids. But I've come to a place where the story I share with myself about how sex should be looks nothing more than that which I receive every time I grab my wife's ass. So I've built a story for myself around reality. You've never had sex with another woman, and you see it in all the glory that culture affords it to you in billboards and commercials, and you have a story about what that might be like. Now that's itching at you. And it's not easy to get rid of those itches. You might have to scratch that fucking itch. You might have to go scratch that thing that's tickling you. And your wife, your girlfriend is giving you, your girlfriend's giving you a chance to go and do that. So should you do it? I think you should. I think you should, and I think you should speak with her. And then you said you've talked with her for 1,000,000 hours. You probably don't need to speak with her that much anymore. But I think you need to go and scratch that itch. But remember that you're going to come back to reality, and reality is that sex is just sex. Unless you literally studied Tantra. And I study that shit. I actually read books about how to have better sex. I'm fucking weird. But most people don't. Unless you've studied it, it's not going to look like pornography. It's not going to be this ecstatic explosion of fireworks every single time. You've been dating her for 15 years. You've seen her body. You've been inside it. Not every single sexual contact with her is going to be pow, pow, right? Sometimes it's routine. So that's it, dude. Hopefully I afforded you just a few ideas that might be helpful for you. I think you've got a great woman on your hands. I think also that if you go to, this might sound strange, but if you go to sexual classes together, there's all types of sexual yoga. There are Tantra classes for couples. Dude, fucking do it. Everybody's so embarrassed about stuff, but I say it's worth saving your relationship. Go experience. You gotta scratch that. I think you gotta scratch the fucking itch. You've been with one woman your whole life. It might be tough. Go scratch your itch. I promise you that you're gonna be like, all right. When you're done, you're gonna come back and say, listen, babe, okay, good. I'm with you. We're here again, right? I did what I had to do. Take her to some tantra classes, bro. Look up sexual classes for couples on the internet. They're all over the place. Go to a retreat. You guys are gonna tickle each other in certain places. You're gonna blow on each other in certain places. You're gonna use special oils. Turn on certain music, incense. You ever try that yourself? Turn on music. Really like get into role playing and shit. We've done weird shit like that before. Every couple who really loves each other and really loves fucking is gonna find little ways every once in a while to shake things up. You understand? I think it kind of goes against our nature as human beings, especially men, to be with one person our entire lives. But hey, this is the way. I'm not trying to fight society. And I don't want to fight with my wife. So I'm not fucking other bitches. It's just not gonna happen. But for you, my man, she's giving you this opportunity. Scratch your itch, come home, and then work on it with her. I think you can do it, but you're gonna need help. So go to a class or something. Peace.